Lobster, you got it back yet? Lobster's a 10 item, don't you grab it?
This video is brought to you by T-Blocks. Enjoy the content now, but stay for the shilling later. Welcome to Lobster Magnet and Friends for another solo review where I am here alone, just mainly talking via audio podcast format with my buddy, Captain Crunch. Yeah, you're gonna screech and then be really obnoxious for everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna turn you into an icon. There are lots of bird YouTubers who, we're gonna be the next JonTron. You're gonna be my next Jock. All right, isn't that right, Captain Crunch? So hopefully next week we'll drag good old Zevil and Goro like I usually like to do. But this week it didn't happen. Fate conspired against me. God, the universe, all that good stuff. But this was actually a really good chapter. I really enjoyed this chapter because we get introduced to a new human villain. Who looks like he's essentially, the head of the William Minerva family, and he seems to have a completely diametrically opposed viewpoint to William Minerva, who was seeking to bring about revolution for the cattle children, where this guy seems to, be very happy to be complicit. He doesn't want to break the promise, and apparently this family has they have sort of a relationship with the demons, and they're a little bit more proactive than, what we assume most of this stuff is. Which is definitely a very interesting dynamic compared to, what we usually see. And I'm excited for him. I'm going to go into a little Attack on Titan spoilers. I didn't last time, but so basically in Attack on Titan, what happened is, if you've been following it, is that they introduced for the Jewaldians, there's this family called the Tiber family, and they've been sort of not been persecuted by Marley, and they're kind of they control everything, and they're super rich, and they have the Warhammer Titan. And they were building up, Billy, whatever his name was, is, the head of the Tiber family. And I was, super excited. I thought he was going to be, the final villain of the series. I was, super jazzed. I was kind of interested to learn more about him. But then he gets killed off, and it's, a complete F-you to all the emotional investment I'd put towards him. So I'm hoping that, good old, whatchamacallit, what's his name? The new William Minerva. Give me a minute here. Peter Rattiri. I'm hoping that Peter Rattiri is kind of the big bad human boss man, evil human villain of the Promised Neverland, and I'm really curious to learn more about him. So hopefully he'll be even better than Isabella and Sister Crone and the previous human villains, because, we need a human villain. So far, Lewis is promising, but he has a lot to live up to be a good demon villain. And I'm just hoping that Peter Rattiri is a great human villain. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm very interested about this new status quo. And, Emma opens up the drawer to find a pen cap, which apparently she's got a shit ton more information. So now, I also love the really dark revelation that, Lucas was basically lying to the kids about there being a human village, because if he told them the truth, that, he doesn't know that, they're not in the human world, and he has no idea how to get there, that they just shoot themselves. And this is, something that's happened a lot. I'm a messed up dark person who likes dark stuff like that. So I enjoyed that little disturbing revelation. But now, Emma is reunited with the U-19 kids. They have a renewed purpose. Apparently they've got a big plan in action. I'm very curious to see this plan. I hope they can drag this plan out for 10 or 15 chapters or whatnot, because like I said, I really want to see a cat and mouse game where it's just Lewis being a complete badass and mowing down the kids. Because right now it feels the human kids have a huge advantage. I don't see how the demons are going to hold up against them. They've got weapons. They know how to kill the demon's weak point because of Emma. So it does not seem like a fair fight. Nothing's, I guess maybe you could say Peter Rattiri's, motivation is to, ensure that there's no war, between the humans and the demons, but, there's nothing to tell me that, as far as we know, in the little panel we get of, soldiers versus demons, humans have guns, demons just have spears, humans could kill the demons unless the demons have something that we haven't seen. I think we could murder them all very, very easily. But who knows, maybe Peter Ratri is just being paid a lot of money, and that's why he wants to do it. But I do like the idea that there's been this like family legacy of people who've been securing the promise. But this is definitely a good upswing from like the sort of downward thing of that whole Musica Songju arc. And things are getting interesting again. We're getting a lot of new stuff introduced to the series. I'm really curious to see how this plays out. And the most interesting revelation towards the end is that unfortunately Hodor / Mr. Meat Boy has a name, which I was very disappointed about, and I was really looking forward to calling him Mr. Meat Boy. But apparently he's called Adam, and he consistently repeats a number. And for the eagle-eyed of you who pay attention or go to the Promised Neverland wiki, that is the number of Norman! Bum, bum, bum. Yes, revelations indeed. Norman is, well, that's going to be the interesting question. Is Mr. Meatman actually Norman, who's been, like, bioengineered and stuck with, like, hormones or whatever to become super buffed up? That's a possibility. Does he know about Norman? Is Norman still alive? I'm deeply conflicted. Like, on one hand, like, I wouldn't mind if Norman came back, just because I feel like Ray... I loved Ray being like the little edgy edgelord cynic. I thought that was a fun dynamic of the, Emma, Norman, Ray trio in the beginning. And ever since he's gone, Ray's been like softened to an incredible degree, and in all honesty made a much less interesting character. I don't like positive Ray. I like, extreme Ray, who's like willing to like immolate himself. That was cool as hell. But on the other hand, though, like there's part of me that still wants Norman to be dead due to the fact that, I like the fact that the series had the balls to like kill one of its like 3 main protagonist characters in like the first couple dozen chapters. I think that takes balls of steel, and it's definitely earned my appreciation and respect for the series. So I definitely have mixed feelings about like where it could go and whether or not I want Norman to stay dead. Like, there's part of me that, like, wants that consequence to still hold up, but we'll have to wait and see. Captain Crunch, do you want Norman to be alive? What do you think? Do you have a thought? Step up. 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 Let's see if we can get you to sing. Let's see. Look, I'm a cricket bear. So dance. Look, I'm a cricket bear. So dance. I'm a cricket parrot. So I dance. Look, I'm a cricket parrot. So I dance. I'm a cricket parrot. So I dance. I'm a cricket parrot. So I dance. Look, 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 I'm a cricket parrot. So I dance. I'm a cricket parrot. And I dance. Look, I'm a cricket parrot. So dance. I'm a cricket parrot. So dance. So there we go. Captain Crunch says, "Look, I'm a cricket parrot. So I dance. That is his opinion on whether or not Norman should still be alive. Very, very insightful thoughts, Captain Crunch. But overall, I'd give this chapter an 8.5. It was a really good chapter. I like to see the series building momentum again, introducing new iconography, and I'm really curious to see what we can look forward to in the next few chapters. So thanks for hanging out with me. Check out the sponsor message after this, and remember, lobsters and tennis, but don't you grab it. Do you like clothes but hate shopping? Then T-Blocks is the subscription service for you. But I know what you're thinking. But Lobster, how is that any different than Loot Crate or the other subscription services? Well, T-Blocks sends you t-shirts, which is clothing, which is actually useful, unlike the useless swag junk that Loot Crate keeps peddling on gullible schmucks. And this isn't just knockoff brand crap. T-Blocks hooks you up with licensed shirts for all the stuff you love, because you need clothes. How else are you going to keep your puny human man flesh protected from the elements? T-shirts are useful for any occasion. Wear them, give them to friends, give them to enemies, knit them together, make a quilt. T-shirts are life. And you know the best part? It'll only cost you $6.99. That's right, you can get 12 shirts sent to you for once a month for only $6.99. And you know what? If ultra cheap licensed goods are too basic for you, then there's also the Community T-Block set, which features original designs from the best up-and-coming artists so you can keep that hipster street cred. But I'm here to save you even more money! Use the code LOBSTERTBX at checkout and you'll save 10% on any order. Be a t-shirt wearing god amongst mortals. Use the power of the most expensive seafood to get you the cheapest t-shirts now!